Okay, with them bangers on deck, no counterfeit. And she blessed up on that MSC, she savage. Baby, and she is the truth. Wax on, yeah, she rockin' with bodies too. What is good, my people, my peeps? What is good with you this morning? Well, grand rising, shall I say. Trying to get away from those words that cast spells, the American language. So many people pride themselves on knowing the American language, the American diction, the bastard language of this land. So many people pride themselves on. What is good with you, my people, my peeps? Oh, goodness. I'm here because it's about last night. I'm here in front of you this morning about last night. What I'm not going to do any longer is play games. Play games with the knowledge that is being downloaded to me. What I'm not going to do is play games with the Most High God, because there is going to be a roll call. And you are going to have to answer to that call. We are in the end times. I have said this time and time again. This is not the time for us as a nation of people to be discussing who can tell you that the Most High God is coming back. Because He is. Whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to call it the Anunnaki, whether you want to call it wormwood, whether you want to call it a polar shift, there is definitely a change coming. So, with that being said, I'm not here to play games with any of you all. Whether you get this message and receive it or whether you choose to ignore it, that, my friend, will be on you. I've never, well, let me tell you a story about my life growing up, like I like to do. I thought going to school, being nice to friends, sharing candies, or, because I didn't have money back then, so candies or whatever I had with friends, I'd give it away. And my mother one day said, where's all this, treats and things I gave you? I know I gave you extra. I know, are you eating all of this or what are you doing? Oh, I would tell my mom, I'm giving it away to my friends. And she said, oh, are they really, truly your friends? And I said, well, I guess so. I think so. And something she told me, you can never buy friends. Friends will be friends. People will gravitate towards you regardless of who you are in life, your status in life. People will gravitate towards you. It's not that I was a child buying friends, because I would not have understood that. I think it was a message that she wanted to tell me at that time. seeing that I would just give away all of my snacks and treats to people I would call friends. You know, children call everyone friends. That's my friend until, you grow up and you get discernment. You start to build discernment. I'm here back with you, live and in living color, to talk about last night. I'm here to address the nation of Israel. You see, we know that a great judgment is coming upon this earth. No longer can we dilute our message. We know as Israel, formerly known as Black men and women, African American, that are waking up across the United States and the world, that they are Israelites. We know this to be true. And we must address the nation accordingly. That is not to dismiss any nations that will cleave onto Israel, as it is written in Revelations. For the nations will cleave to Israel. But I cannot pacify the nations at this time. The nations that cleave to Israel will know the truth and see it. It is time for the brutal, honest truth, because it's real out here in these streets. I have not pacified anyone. I have not begged and pleaded anyone to be on this channel. If you are on my channel and supporting my channel and following my channel, whether you be of the nation of Israel or not, you are tapped in, my friends. And you definitely know what time it is. Because as the nation of Israel comes back to the knowledge of self, so will the rest of the nations come back to the knowledge of self. Because quiet as it's kept, those nations have been destroyed as well. But my part to play here as a daughter of Zion is to address the nation of Israel and the other nations as needed. And right now, on the docket as needed is for me to address the nation of Israel. Wake up. Jacob's trouble is near. I could not sleep last night. I have been having issues sleeping. This is not due to anything that you may think of or conjure up in your head. This is a true shift that is taking place here on this planet. Before I get into an agenda that I have brought to you all before, and many people are bringing it to you now, and quiet as it's kept, my favorite term to say because it is so true, it is the Black women who are bringing forth this message of this agenda. You can see, or you can call it however you want to, as race theory, baiting. There's no such thing as race. Let's get that straightened out. There's a such thing as a nation of people. But for my general public that has yet to awaken to what is going on, why you are seeing the tragedies that you are seeing across the nation and the world, hand, by the hands of man and by the hands of God, but the Most High controls it all. Like I said, I can no longer sit back and be quiet and try to tiptoe around the tulips to give you the message that the Most High God has been giving me. I've never come on this platform and stated that the Most High God says to me directly, giving me this dream or that dream. I've told you the dreams that I've had. Any dream, anything of prophecy that you're hearing across these platforms where people are proclaiming that they've had a message from the Most High. Half of those messages is they're only there to tickle your ears, to make you feel good inside. Oh, it's your time. It is your breakthrough. You're about to shine. That is not my message for you today. And that has not been my message. My message has been wake up. About 4 days ago, I had a dream of a place. I'm going to bring up to the screen a news report. And as I play the news report, I'm going to let me let you hear my dream first, and then this news report, for they coincide together. So let me, excuse me, get this queued up. Hold on. If you go into my archives of videos, I have a video titled Chosen One, all in caps, with an alert. And it says, Michigan, water, can't sleep. Right there. You can go look at this video. Well, listen to it because it's only audio. But what we're going to do right now is test the spirit by the spirit. Like I said, I don't come over here on my channel tickling anyone's ears about how your breakthrough is coming through, how you about to level up. I'm not here for those games. I'm not here to get on anyone's. Hold on, guys. You know how they do. The devil is busy. Let me check. Let me check the broadcast. Four days ago, I had a dream. Hold on. Hold on. Give me one moment while I go and check this broadcast and see if we are broadcasting and you still are able to hear me. Mic check. All right. We are still live and in effect. Okay. 4 days ago, I had a dream regarding a place. I'm going to play this broadcast for you so that you can hear it for yourself. Or if you don't have time right now, you can go back and look up this broadcast. It was a live stream that I did, to be exact. So when you look up, go into live streams. Let me pull it up bigger so that you can see. Go into live streams. And it was this broadcast right here. I said, chosen ones, Michigan, right there. It's hard to see with the lights, the people. Okay, let's get into it. I'm going to try to get to the part where I start talking about the dream.
And not by my doing.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
It says if I'm traveling, as soon as I close my eyes. Last night.
Here we go.
Well, I actually haven't been to sleep, but a hot second.
I'm going to bring this up to the screen.
I actually tried to close my eyes around 5 o'clock this morning. As soon as I close my eyes, it's as if I was looking over a place, a city. And it wasn't like a city like New York, like you would see the skyscrapers or the nightlife, the city buildings. It was more of a open. Like I said, I've never been to Michigan. But when I closed my eyes last night, I seen an area of homes and an open area, but I knew it was vast. That's the best way I can explain it. It was inhabited, not abandoned. As I look down, I see a rush of water. A rush of water sweep down through the area, through the town. No, hello, good morning. No, definitely having trouble sleeping. It's really weird. And then if I go to sleep, I get these flashes as if I'm traveling. I know it sounds unbelievable, but I have to say this because I try to ignore it. It says if I'm traveling, as soon as I close my eyes and I wake back up quickly, so then I prevent my own self from going back to sleep. But it was hard to even try to get to sleep, if that makes any sense. So last night, well, 5 o'clock this morning, I finally said, well, let me just lay here, not even look at a device, not even as if scrolling or being on social media.
Oh, sorry.
Go to work, so I know I have to go to sleep. But lately, it's like impossible. So at 5 o'clock this morning, I closed my eyes. And like I said, I see a city, but it's not, I would have to say it looked like more the suburbs or that sort of area
Mercy.
at first. I see the city and I see a huge rush of water come down extremely fast down through this city. And let me say, more of it looked like the town, the suburbs, like I said, of the city. And so I wasn't asleep. So I instantly opened my eyes back up. I was like, oh, okay. And I said, no, don't get back on social media. Don't do any of that. Yeah, you can't sleep either. I think a lot of people are having trouble sleeping.
Okay, my people, my peeps. What I wanted you to see was that video and the news report that took place a day after. That news report took place the day after I had my vision of that very same scene that you just watched. If you would bear with me, I want to check audio to make sure that you are able to hear this broadcast and that it's not done in vain. So, if you can give me a moment. I'm going to recap for you. I'll be recapping this for you. I've been moved to just come and just show you this evidence so that you can have it in one setting, that you don't have to go back and look at this video and try to look at that video and put it together for yourself. No, I'm here not because I chose to be here to deliver messages, or I didn't even know this was going to be a path that I would even take in life. Bear with me, please. Okay, so it is up and going. The broadcast is still live. This is serious. I'm not here to play games with you all. I'm not here to be seen. I'm here to be heard because I'm definitely giving forth a message that has not come from me. Trust and believe. Sorry that I have to go back and forth with the earplugs, but I have to make sure the audio is working until I get this system set up accurately. You're going to see some back and forth with technical devices. I showed you, and you listened to the dream that I had. I'm going to try to get this closer so that you can actually.
So I instantly opened my eyes back up.
Wait a minute. Pause. I want to get this, bring this a little closer so that you can actually see the date. The date on here. Well, you won't see the date. But you'll actually see this took place 4 days ago. If you look below, you will see. I said chosen ones. I put an alert. I said Michigan. Water. Can't sleep. 4 days ago, I brought you that broadcast. Let's go to the news report. That you just saw. This news report came out of a train derailing in Michigan a day after. This is simple math. Simple math. This is the news report that you just watched me tell you about. If you look at that report 3 days ago that came out, meaning simple math, you see it right there. 3 days ago. Simple math. Three days ago, this report came out regarding Michigan and the train derailing in Michigan. If you know anything about dreams, you know the Most High will send messages through dreams. Some of you will try to dismiss this very message that I tell you today because it's coming from a female. But yet and still you forget that we are in the end times. And if you have no idea, no discernment for dreams, then you will dismiss this because you will say, I said in my dream that there was a rush like a river through a town. I said there was a rush, right? Like a river through a town, a mighty river going through a vast town, a city. But in my dream, I described, I couldn't see city skyscrapers, but I knew, for it was a city. It was like in the suburbs, I told you. I told you this rush of water was going through this place. This place was inhabited. People lived in this area, but it was outside of the city. My people, my peeps. Even when Joseph had dreams, he dreamt that the stars, the moon, and the sun would bow down to him. When he told that dream to his brothers, well, you see, they were very jealous because they were interpreters of dreams and they didn't even understand their gifts, but they knew what their dreams, what his dream meant. And they got upset because they knew they represented the stars in the sky. And they were upset that they would be bowing down to Joseph. And they took Joseph to his father. And had Joseph tell his father his dream. His father got upset at Joseph and not even realizing that he had the gift of interpretation. His father said, "What do you mean, your brothers? The stars and the moon and the sun will bow down to you? Your brothers, the stars, the moon, your mother, and the sun, I, your father, will bow down to you? For you see in dreams." Jace, Joseph did not see his father, mother, and brothers represented as themselves in the dream. For in the dream, he seen the sun, the moon, and the stars represented. He did not know at the time for himself, for he would become a great interpretation of dreams. He did not know what that dream meant, that he would become a ruler. And at one point in time, his mother, his father, and his brothers would bow to him, represented as the sun, the moon, and the stars. I tell you that so that you can understand interpretations of dreams. This dream that I had 4 days ago was of this very same area. The train that you see rushing through, splitting the area, was like the river I saw. The river represented the train. I'm going to let you listen to the news report on its own so that you will know this news report is from Michigan. So I'm going to start the news report and then we're going to go recap the dream again. And I would ask that you take a look to your upper left or right of your screen where you can see that this footage is over Michigan. Webcam. Now I'm going to fast forward it a little. So you can see that the rush, like the river, went through a town. A place that was inhabited by people, as in my dream. Let me see. All right. Let me come back up here. All right, guys. I wanted to show you that. And hold on. I wanted to bring to you another different angle of that Michigan report. Let me see. Can you give me one moment? Let's see if I can get this one up. Yeah, hold on. Sorry, then you know how the commercials do, but hold on for one moment. I'll bring that up to the screen. Ah, not that. Cancel. On the fly editing. All right. And so I will bring this report up to the screen as well so that you can hear that this is from Michigan as well.
Back to our breaking news. A train has derailed in Van Buren Township. Drone 4 overhead showing several of those cars off the tracks. It appears maybe 6 to 7 of them. It's in the area of Huron River Drive between Martinsville and Haggerty Roads. Rod Maloney is live there for us this afternoon. And Rod, it may be too soon, but any chance we know what was being hauled in those cars?
Well, there were a lot of things on here. It looks like there's some coal. They also had car haulers here that were empty as we got a chance to look at them. But take a look down the track here, and you can see that there are a number of rail cars there that have actually gone over on their side. There are seven actual train cars that have gone off the track. Several of them are on their side. Now, Dave McAnally
Okay,
is the
so I'm going to pause that one. This is just a quick recap before I end the live. I'm going to bring, let me see, which one do I want? Hide that. I'm going to bring this one into the screenshot and also play the dream that I had of this very incident taking effect 4 days ago.
It says if I'm traveling, as soon as I close my eyes and I wake back up quickly, so then I prevent my own self from going back to sleep. But it was hard to even try to get to sleep, if that makes any sense. So last night, 5 o'clock this morning, I finally said, well, let me just lay here, not even look at a device, not even as if scrolling or being on social media or anything like that keeps me up, because I have to go to work. So I know I have to go to sleep. But lately it's like impossible. So at 5 o'clock this morning, I closed my eyes. And like I said, I see a city, but it's not, I would have to say it looked like more the suburbs or that sort of area at first. I see the city. And I see a huge rush of water come down extremely fast.
This is what we're listening to.
Down through this city. And let me say, more of it is like the town, the suburbs, like I said, of the city. And so I wasn't asleep. So I instantly opened my eyes back up. I was like, oh, okay. And I said, no, don't get back on social media. Don't do any of that. Yeah, you can't sleep either. I think a lot of people are having trouble sleeping. So I told myself, don't get back on social media. Don't do anything. Just lay here. I gave myself a few minutes with my eyes open, and then I closed them again and laid down. And when I closed my eyes again, I seen a huge wall of water and the same city but now I can see more of the entire city. And now I see city buildings and land. But it wasn't like the large river of water that I seen coming, flowing in. It was actually a wall of water, like towering over, getting ready to plummet it into the city. And I woke back up again.
Now,
Because it
as
actually
far
feels like
as that second part of the dream, like I talked to you guys about last night, I'm not sure if it's over for Michigan, for the wall of water, the second part of the dream that I had. Water can represent people, and that rush, that river, well, represented that train cutting straight through Michigan. And as you see by the evidence that I presented to you, I had that dream a day before that train crashed and derailed in Michigan. I'm going to show you a screenshot that I took that night, that morning, the morning when I could not sleep. Let me see if I still have it on here. Hold on for a minute. Right here. As you can see, this was a screenshot. Let me see if this has, and I even dated it. It was taken that was in the afternoon, at 2 o'clock that afternoon. Because I said, let me save this. It's backwards, I know. It says February 16th, 2023. It says flood in Michigan. For I did not know what that rushing river of water that cut through Michigan meant at the time. I had the dream. But now I know. I didn't know anything about Michigan. If you go back and listen to that full live stream that I did early that morning on the 16th, the day before that train derailed. Like I said, I don't come on here trying to tickle your ears and try to tell you, oh, I have a word from the Most High. You're going to have a breakthrough. This is your season. No. That's a far cry from what I do on this platform. This platform is informative. And if I have to be the only one that brings the truth and may step on toes as I bring out the truth, then so be it. About last night, Jacob's trouble, I talked about. Last night, early this morning, rather, I was up. I kept myself up. I really haven't been to sleep because, to tell you the truth, I was fighting not to even have another vision. After realizing that this possibly came true. So basically, I've been up for many hours now. But I did have a live stream conversation with you all talking about Jacob's trouble. I have brought to you Israel, formerly known as African American, formerly known as blacks, formerly known as Negroes. Israel. I was talking to you last night. Like I said, there's no more time to sugarcoat anything. I brought you plans of an agenda several months ago, last year, matter of fact. So last night I wanted to show you a video, and I'm going to do that before I get out of here. Let me close some of these out. We know that the end is near. And when I say the end is near, that is not to put any fear in anyone, because fear, God, the Most High, did not give us the spirit of fear. And trust and believe, I have no fear in me. For I've seen things that would make a grown man cry. I am simply a messenger. It is not time for half truths. This is not the time for mixed messages. This is not the time to coddle other nations. If the other nations are ready to play with the big boys, then they will cleave onto Israel, like it is said in the Bible. It is time for Israel to understand that we are in the end times, that signs are being shown to you. Whether you want to consider them make believe, giants, monsters that are coming on this earth, from what I show you, you take the message that I disseminate to you and do it what you will. This message that I gave last night is definitely for Israel. Like I said, I've said this message several times before. And I've listened to platforms, all platforms, several platforms led by Israel men, aka otherwise known as Black men, otherwise known as African American. Platforms having different talking points, but more or less the same. And it boils down to finding the easiest route to the easiest women that they can get into their beds. Whether you are the face of the platform or whether it be your members that follow your platforms, I don't push out any judgment prematurely. While we are in the time of the great shift, the great elevation, the change, the shift in power and wealth, we still have men of Yah only concerned about their nether region and mainly concerned about jumping on the bandwagon of the agenda that has been pushed, and it continues to be pushed on many platforms. And not just Israel men. This sickness has taken effect on within other nations, but not as deep and ingrained as it is with Israel, the men of Yah, downgrading the black woman. I've said this time and time again. So I must bring this evidence to you that we talked about last night. If you want the full understanding of what I'm bringing to you today, go back to my live stream that I did last night. I couldn't find this video last night to show you, but the Most High God made sure that I found it to show you. Trust and believe. If you go to that live stream, you will see I was searching for this video. You see, part of the agenda to destroy our community is to chop off the head, which is the male. But what better way to do so is to have the male decapitate himself. And that is what the black man, the African American men that are on these platforms are doing. I discussed about how they continue to want to blame the black woman for things that have happened in the past. Eugenics, we talked about. Well, you see, they love to continue to bring up the abortion that black women have taken a part in. I'm not dismissing that at all. All of the plots and plans that the masterminds, the ones that are confederate against you, have made you confederate against yourselves, my black brothers. Israel, brothers of Yah, you have become confederate against yourselves, promoting and recycling the talking points that were thrown out there for you to nibble on, the rat poison. Eugenics is deeper and vast, and it is just not, or has not, started with black women going to the abortion clinic. Eugenics has been in play for a mighty long time. From sterilization of the races. But in the agenda that I pointed out to you a few years ago, I told you the fertile soil was the black woman. And if they could get you, black men, to hate your own women, that would be part of their plan. And that the fertile soil would be ripe for the planting, the inception. Last night, I talked about another level of eugenics, wherein they did in Egypt, Mexico, Puerto Rico, eugenics. This is not speculation that I give to you. This is information. So I hope you take from it what you will. Our planet has never been a cold planet. Winters are foreign to our planet. We are a tropical people. And this planet is a tropical planet. It is warming up, not due to pollution, but due to the shift, due to the change, due to the new world that is coming about. Lush grounds will pop up where it was frozen. Places that were lush will turn into deserts. This planet is becoming anew. And in order to live on the surface of this planet, you must possess melanin. Not just a small amount, for you see, all life on this planet has some form of melanin in it. But you will have to possess more melanin for the suns. Yes, more than one sun will be heating up this planet. It might sound like sci-fi to you right now, but when you start to see that the winters are becoming less and less, and that the ice caps and the glaciers are melting more and more, then you will soon understand what I say is to be true. It is about elevating your vibration, changing your lifestyle, your eating habits. But melanin is the key. You hear that word everywhere nowadays. Melanin, outer space and spaceships, melanin in your cell phones. These are astronaut suits. While you are degrading and putting down your nation of women and proclaiming to want to build a nation, but not really wanting to build a nation with the nation of women that represents exactly what you look like, melanated. Well, you see, that is part of the agenda. There are laws being passed to come for Jacob. Jake. For there were two nations in Sarah's womb, two nations of people, twins, but of different nations, brothers, Jacob and Esau, two different nations, but brothers. Esau is the beginning of the world that is coming to an end. And Jacob, Esau is the end, and Jacob's the beginning, excuse me. That means Esau, your brother's nation, is coming to an end. That does not negate the fact that Esau, some of Esau, will cleave on to Israel, where they will be able to ride this ride. They will put on their big boy and girl pants and understand the shift that is upon us. But I will not sugarcoat it, because for what you know of as race, we know of as nations. And the nation of Israel is up to bat. They have home court advantage, and it's coming this way as a heat wave. And Esau, your brothers know this. Let's just say you're evil brothers, because we know that there are good and wholesome people in Esau's nation. But the ones that are confederate against you did not only plot and plan with eugenics as part of their scheme, they did this in Egypt, known as Kemet, known as the land of the blacks, for their skin complexion was darker than mine. But now, when you visit Egypt, you will see a race of caramel colored people that can still survive in the sun. But this sun they can survive in. Esau is inseminating his seed into the daughters of Zion to preserve himself on this planet, for he knows Jacob is the beginning of the world, and his world is coming to an end. But he is going to cleave and climb and be confederate against you, and has been. While you hold on to the talking points, Jacob, my Jakes, my brothers of Yah, the talking points to put down the fertile soil, your sisters of Zion. Esau has always plotted and planned to inseminate them, to stay on this planet as long as he can, and in rulership as long as he can. For he still has time. Your groups and your discussions that you have regarding your own women is not helping you. And trust and believe, this is not to put fear into you. This is to wake you up. So I'm going to bring up this video and show you one of the plans that is part of eugenics. Not just the abortion that these platforms love to say Black women have aborted Black children. Eugenics is much deeper than that, for they are confederate against you.
White blood finally stamps out the black. Must be helped. Notice, if you will, the half-caste child, and there are ever-increasing numbers of them. Now, what is to happen to them? Are we to allow the creation of an unwanted third race?
Excuse me.
Should the coloreds be encouraged to go back to the black? Or should they be advanced to white status and be absorbed in the white population? Here is the answer. 3 generations. Half-blood grandmother, quadroon daughter, octoroon grandson. Now, as you can see in the 3rd generation, or 3rd cross, no trace of native origin is apparent. The continuing infiltration of white blood finally stamps out the black color. The Aboriginal has simply been bred out.
Sorry about that. Actually, the darker color has been bred out, for they still hold the lighter skin as well, the standard of beauty. But they know they need the deeper layer of melanin. You've been studied and researched your whole life. They see our brothers and sisters that come in all colors. from our caramel brothers to our chocolate to our midnight black. And they know that if they can inseminate and continue to inseminate once they start to dilute the gene pool, that they still would have a inkling, a chance of survival. A lot of platforms do not talk about Jacob's trouble. A lot of platforms that you would think do not talk about what is coming upon this planet. The destruction that you are seeing that will get worse and worse in nature, but it also will get worse in your governments. Like I said, I'm no fear monger. I am a messenger. You take from this what you will. And that's what I wanted to update you on this broadcast. I wanted to show you the video that I tried to find last night. Part of the eugenics, when our brothers are stuck on abortion, these people are Confederates. That is just part of the eugenics project that they have going on. Like I said, I'm not here to coddle anyone because no one has coddled us. A shift, a change of wealth is coming. A shift, a change, a placement in government rulership is coming. But before that shift takes effect, there's going to be a fight to the end. Hey, even crazy Joe Biden, your boy, when he was elected, said the world will become brown. Sometimes you got to listen to what people say because there's messages all around you. I had pulled up, I don't know if I can find it now because I've been broadcasting for a minute. And I hadn't listened to this. I think I don't know, he's Israel is what I see, but he's talking about Jacob's troubles. And I heard a little bit of it, but I didn't hear all of his broadcasting. And I think as I go out, I'm going to play that if I can find it. Because Jacob's trouble is upon us as well. So let's see what he has to say about Jacob's trouble. If this is him. No, wait a minute. Let me see. And if I can't locate it, it's all good. I just had to get this message out to you all. Like I said, and like I will continue to say, I'm a messenger. I'm not here to promote fear. What I know is when I was a young girl growing up in church, when they used to have tent meetings and revivals, they had one revival. And it was called, the title of it was called The Revelation Seminar. And I remember going to that revival. Scared me half to death. So I know from that experience as a young child, knowing that the Most High God was coming back and he ain't playing with you. You know, we like to say Yahweh Shai is coming back, but quiet as it's kept. the Most High God is coming back as well. That millennial reign, he will be back here as well. For one day, a millennia, along with Yahushua. Gonna be a party, y'all. Let me see. Eugenics, no. Which one did I find that on? Hold on for one moment. Let me see. Must have been on a different channel. I saw it on. Let's see if I can get it. If I can't, we'll do it at a later date than today. My mission today was actually to show you the video. So if I can't find it, I will just recap, leaving you out with the eugenics plan of showing you it's more than, and it has always been more than just the abortion agenda that they have given our brothers to chew up, regurgitate over and over again as part of their bashing and degradation of Black women. Hold on, I think I may have it. Yeah, I'll pull it up. Hold on. Like I said, I'm going to pull him up, but I have not heard his whole sermon. Where is it? Let me see. Because there is definitely trouble a brewing. Okay, let me get pause. All right, I'm gonna bring it up to the screen. Now, like I said, haven't heard his whole sermon, but it's not many. It's not many brothers of Israel discussing Jacob's trouble, not as a fear tactic, but as a preparation for what is to come. So I'm going to bring this up to the screen. I'm going to play a little bit of it. We'll see where he goes with this. Let's get it.
Accomplish to scatter the power of the holy people. See, brothers and sisters, the thing about this church is we know how to warn you about the trouble to come. When you in a Sunday church, they don't warn you about anything but about your tithes and giving a love offering to a pastor that ain't teaching you anything. We're teaching you the Bible. And the Lord has always warned his servants in every generation about this time period called the Great Tribulation. This is not a shot. We just want you to know that there is a time coming in human history that you must be prepared for. And there is no rapture. You are not going to get out of this by being raptured off and cars crashing and planes crashing. It ain't going down like that, brothers and sisters. You're going to have this faith, like I said and Habakkuk said, the just shall live by faith. You're going to have to get up and go and flee to this special place that the Lord is going to prepare for you. Did you finish that?
At the end.
Finish it.
All these things shall be finished.
Okay, so let's go to Revelation, the 12th chapter. Revelation 12. That's 2 times, right? Revelation 12, and we're going to pick it up at verse 14. Revelation 12 and verse 14. Pay attention to what he say, because the Lord going to nourish you out here. Read on. What it say?
And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle.
Yes.
That she might fly into the wilderness.
Now the woman, she's going to get 2. He said she's going to get 2 wings of a great eagle that she might fly into the wilderness. Go ahead and read.
Into her place.
Yes.
Where she is nourished for a time.
Into a place where she is nourished.
Ooh, let me pause this. Let me pause this for the cause right here, because this was touched upon last night. what this gentleman is getting ready to break down is the timeline that I was speaking upon last night regarding Jacob's trouble and the timeline and the end times and signs and symbols. Y'all better get into it.
Nowhere for you to starve to death and all that. You're going to be nourished out there for a time, 1 year.
And times.
Another 2 years.
And half a time.
Go ahead.
From the face of the serpent.
So you're going to be out there another 3.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So the Lord is keep saying 3 times for 3.5. This tribulation period is only going to be 3.5 years. Let's go to the 11th chapter and pick it up at verse 3. 11 and verse 3. What does it say, brother?
And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses. And they shall prophesy 1,260 days.
So they're going to prophesy 1,260 days. Read on.
Clothed in sackcloth.
Clothed in sackcloth. So now these 2 witnesses, they're going to preach for 3.5 years or 1,260 days. Go back to the 12th chapter and pick it up at verse 6. 12 and 6. What does it say, my brother?
And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath a place prepared of God.
Now she got a place prepared of God. She's going to fly there with the wings of a great eagle to be nourished. Now this place is prepared of God. Read on.
That they should feed her.
How long?
Here 1,260 days.
Again, 1,260 days, which is 3.5 years. Go back to the 11th chapter and pick it up at verse 2. Did you read in 11 and 3 at first?
Yes.
Okay, 11 and 2. What does 11 and 2 say?
But the court which is without the temple leave out.
Go ahead.
And measure it not. For it is given unto the Gentiles.
Go ahead.
And the holy city shall they tread underfoot 42 months.
Everybody know what 42 months is. If you got a car note, everybody know what 42 months is. You know, that's 3.5 years. One more time. The 13th, Revelation 13, and we're going to pick it up at verse 5. Revelation 13, and we're going to pick it up at verse 5.
I'm going to let him finish
this is
out.
the 7th time we have read to you that the tribulation period is only 3.5 years. Read it, my brother. What is it?
And I believe that's what I was saying last night.
Speaking great things and blasphemies.
Go ahead.
And power was given unto him to continue.
How long?
42 months.
Again, 42
so the
months.
Tribulation,
7 times.
So the tribulation is going to be Jacob's trouble. Okay, my people, my peeps. I wanted to bring that to you. You can do your research more and more on this topic that we had tonight. Tonight. You see, I haven't had no sleep. Lord, pray for me, y'all. Y'all pray for me. But yeah, I wanted to show you in its entirety. If you did not watch this live stream from the beginning, go back. I implore you to look at it and see the dream that I had before the train wreck in Michigan. That's what that dream was showing. And I wanted to bring to you the video of, the eugenics project. It is more than your Black women having abortions. It is deeper than that. For these nations are definitely confederate against you. And at this point in time, in this season, in this hour that we are in, it is time to wake up Israel. It is time to gather up Israel. It is time to put Israel on the forefront of everything. Everything. Israel, formerly known as Black men and women. Israel, formerly known as African American women and men. Israel, formerly known as Negro. They are at the forefront because the shift is coming. They are a nation, not a color. A nation of people. It was only watered down by the people that were confederate against you. to chalk it all up to color. It is time to rise up and support Israel. Point blank, period. Now, if our other nations of brothers and sisters have their big boy pants on, they will cleave to Israel, for they will know the truth, because the truth will set them free. This is not about color. This is about nations. And the nations, well, the nation of Israel just happened to have a hue that is darker than most. And that is what is on the forefront. That is the messages that should be going out. That is the people you should be waking up. And if any other nation of people choose to help, choose to cleave onto the real message and understand this planet is shifting. This planet was never a cold planet. Hell, they even tell you the dinosaurs were wiped out by the ice age. The ice age that was man-made. The ice age. Why would there be an ice age after a meteor hit and wiped out the dinosaurs? Well, what could it have been? Why would they specify ice age in your science books? Because this planet has always and was always and forever more shall be a tropical planet. It is not warming up because of any scientific names that you want to throw at it. El Nino, global warming, pollution. It is going back to its original state. The Most High God is taking this planet and cleansing it. A reset is coming. Tropical people, people of a hue, were on this planet. Now, if that offends you, then I just suggest that you go and do research. And the name of those people are Israel. And a shift is coming. And I'm out. I hope you enjoyed this live stream, and much love.